Triple E EDC back again with another knife sale. So this is a pretty big knife sale actually, and you guys know when I do the knife sales, I usually am doing it because I need funds for the channel, and I also need funds for giveaways. So your funds will directly help the channel and directly help giveaways. Now, it helps me continue to get knives through the channel as well for review. So I really appreciate you guys when you buy knives from the channel. All right, let's go ahead and go over the rules. So first of all prices are or best offer. And what that means is, you know, if you don't like a price, you can shoot me an offer, and the worst I can say is no. Or I can make a counter offer, and so on and so forth. However, full price offers will automatically get the knife. The first full price offer will automatically get the knife, even if I'm in the middle of negotiating with somebody else, okay? If somebody is wanting to do a counter offer back and forth, then the first person who takes the knife gets the knife, or the first person who reaches a deal with me, I should say, gets the knife. So that's how that works. Now, how do you reach me? You reach me at triple.e.edc@gmail.com. If you're interested in any knife, email me at triple.e.edc@gmail.com. As always, make sure you follow local knife laws, and make sure you're 18 if necessary. Okay, let me go ahead and talk about the knives that we have on the table here. We have an M4 Blur. Now, I did sell one of these in the last knife sale. I actually had 2 of them, and I decided to let go of the other one as well. I had a bunch of interest in this one, actually, and so I believe this one will go pretty quickly. So this is the Off-Grid Knives Scorpion. This is the Demco AD-20 in DLC and 20CV. This is the Reeve Inkosi. I know I got a bunch of cringes there from people. Yeah, Reeve Inkosi. This is the S35VN version of the Slim Midi Marauder from Medford. This is the Peaks and Valley version with some anodized finish that has sort of a bronze and purple coming through. This is the Boker Excalibur 1 Titan, the S35VN and titanium version. This is the Spartan Knives Talos, and these are some PM2 scales. Okay, so let me go ahead and clear these off, and we'll go through each of these. So first up, we have that M4 Blur, and as I said, this M4 Blur, I assume will go pretty quickly. So this was a very limited run, and it is an M4 steel, which is my favorite steel, actually. Now, I had 2 of these, and I let the other one go in the last knife sale, and I just realized I need to constrict or shrink my collection somewhat in order to, you know, reinvest in the channel. So this is one of the ones that I'm going to let go, but it's not for it being a very nice knife. I have not used this. I am the second owner, but when I got it, I didn't really see any signs of use on it. Looks like there's some smudge on the blade, but I think that's from oil. This is sort of a gray aluminum here on the lock here, and this has a lynch clip on here as well. And it does have the original clip. I am going to send both the lynch clip and the original clip with whoever buys this. Now, these originally went for like 75 bucks, but they sold out almost immediately, and then went up, and they were going as high as 150 at one point. I think I've seen them back down to around 100, 110, you know, and so I'm going to go ahead and list this at 115 since it has the lynch clip on it, which is a $20 clip. And so this is going to be $115. This, I assume, is only going to go up in value as Kershaw, and there's a lot of Kershaw collectors, by the way. This will go up in value, and I think it'll be a good collector's piece that'll go quickly. So again, M4 Blur. Here's the M4, so you can see. M4 Blur, $115. If you're interested, email me at triple.e.edc@gmail.com. All right, next. We have well, let's go to the PM2 scales next. So real quick, these are the PM2 scales for the this PM2, the DLT exclusive Cru-Wear PM2. Now I put these Rips Garage Tech scales on them, so I'm going to be selling these purple PM2 scales. So if you're looking for purple scales for your PM2, These are available. They do have, it looks like some dirt or something on them, but I assure you these have not been used. It's probably just from storing it. So I assume they can be cleaned off, but just be aware that it's there sort of showing on the camera. And these scales, the only thing that was done, like I said, was they were taken off. I bought it secondhand, but it was brand new in box when I bought it, never been out of the box, according to the person who sold it, and it appeared to be that way when I have it. And the first thing I did was take off the scales and put on the other scales. So these scales are going to go for $50. So if anyone's interested in these scales, $50. All right, next we have the Off-Grid Knives Scorpion. Now this is a really cool knife. It just so happens to be that I have a pretty static collection for the most part, and so I brought this in for review, and so I went ahead and did the review on it, and now I've got to pass it along. So this is really, really cool design. This is actually made by We Knives for Off-Grid, and if you listen, I mean, it really has that thwack. I mean, this thing both sounds and feels, like it's serious business. It has these carbon fiber inlays, titanium frame lock here, and very nice pocket clip as well. Screws aren't recessed, but overall, very, very nice knife. Ergonomics are better than expected, and the blade shape is fantastic. So, gotta love that. I believe the blade steel on this is S35VN. Yep, S35VN, you can see right there. And so these are $217 new. This is pretty much like new in box. I mean, I'd probably say it's a 9 out of 10 condition. And this is going to be $160. So like I said, normal $217. If you were to buy it new, this is going to be $160. This also, by the way, comes with a challenge coin in the box. Next up, we have the Boker Excalibur 1 Titan. Now, I love this knife, okay? I honestly would not even be selling it if I didn't recently get another front flipper that I really just like a little bit more, which is the Drop Miura. So this right here is great knife. It is here, so it is pretty much drop shut. Look at that. These are fantastic, pretty much drop shut like that. Now the centering is a little bit off on this knife. It does not affect function, and it does not have any rub against the side, but it is off center, so just be aware of that. Now these are S35VN and titanium. They're really thin. I mean, really, really thin. Let's go ahead and look at it against a Griptilian. So you can see this thing is thin, right? Which is great. It's going to be very, very light in the pocket. Here's it against the AD-20. Here it is against the Reeve Inkosi, right? So, and let's go ahead and put it against the Benchmade Bugout just so you can see that as well. It's even thinner than the Bugout, right? So it's going to be very, very thin and very, very good in the pocket, despite the fact that it has a full 3.5-inch blade and nice and thin and slicey S35VN, like I said, and it's got that titanium pocket clip here. Pocket clip does have a little bit of wear on it, just be aware, and there is some snail trails on the scales. Let's see if I can get some pictures of that or some light on that so you can see them. One right there, and a little rub right there. Now these are 171 new, and I'm going to be listing this for 120 with the off-center, with the centering issue and the, sorry, my finger was in the way on that blade. The centering issue and the rub scales is going to put it at about 120. So that is the Boker Excalibur 1 Titan. Now, if you're interested in this knife, go ahead and hit me at triple.e.edc@gmail.com. Same thing with the Scorpion or any of the knives. All right, next we're going to do the Spartan Blades Talos. This was an interesting knife. It's a knife that when I first got it, I didn't like as much as I thought I would, and frankly, the more I had it, the more it grew on me. And the action is eerily similar to, sort of that not hydraulic Reeve feel, but that just smooth, glassy Chris Reeve feel, which is kind of interesting, especially given the fact that this is pretty much mostly G10 in the construction. And this is really lightweight. This is something that would rival the Deca, and it's pretty much the same weight as the Deca. So if you like the Deca and you think that and you want a knife that's actually a little bit, I think, thinner in this dimension as the Deca, and a little bit smaller in hand, then I think this is a good option. Blade shape is phenomenal on this. Good Harsey design. This is basically a shrunken down Spartan Harsey folder. So very, very nice knife. CTS-XHP steel. These are $115 new, and I'm going to list this for $95, about $20 off the new price. This hasn't seen a ton of use, so I'd put it at 9 out of 10 in condition. So again, if you're interested in this knife, hit me up, triple.e.edc@gmail.com. All right, next up is the Inkosi. So here is the Chris Reeve Inkosi. Whoop, fudge that a little bit. Here we go. Chris Reeve Inkosi. This is in natural micarta. Now these are the natural micarta ones. I think are in and out of stock all the time. This is S35VN steel, just as all Chris Reeves are until later this year. And I don't think they're coming out with any Inkosis for a while in S45VN. I think the first ones they're going to do in S45 are going to be the Umnumzaan, I think is what I heard. I think they already did one run in DLT in the Umnumzaan. In any event, this has the updated canted pocket clip and the natural micarta scales here. It does have some rub here, as you can see, and it has some rub here on the clip and on the scale up here. So it has been used, and it does have lock up at about 75%. So those are just some things to be aware of, but it's otherwise in excellent shape. I don't have the birth date card with me. I can update anyone if you guys are curious or want to email me, but I don't believe it's significantly old, especially since it has the updated clip on it. I think those came around in like 2018 or something. So in any event, I do have the box that goes with this and all the goodies that come with it as well. This is about $550 new if you want one, and I'm going to be listing this for $475. So $475 if you're interested in this one, and nice smooth action on this. Got that hydraulic smooth Chris Reeve action. Quite a nice knife. This is the drop point version, by the way. Comes in Tanto also. $475. So you guys are interested? Again, triple.e.edc@gmail.com. Next up, we have the Medford Slim Midi. So this is the drop point as well. This does come in drop point and Tanto. These also come in a ton of different configurations. They come in different steels. There's S90V, there's S35VN, there's D2. There's a whole bunch of steels that they do these in. This is the S35VN version. That's what the S stands for. And the version of this is Peaks and Valleys. And this is purple ano with bronze over top that's been sort of faded out. So you get a little bit of the purple shining through. You get the bronze over top, and then you get the purple in the ridges. Very, very cool effect here. Like it quite a bit. So the action on this is really good. It's nice and broken in. So that's great, and it's nice and solid lockup as any Medford is due to these lugs right here, and this really is a very, very nice slicey beast with this hollow grind. I like this a lot, honestly, and I don't want to part with it, but I have to. So these are normally like $675 for this version. They do come in as low as like, I think it's $500 or $550 for the regular versions, but in these done up versions with the peaks and valleys, they're usually around $675. I'm going to be actually charging $500 for this. So if you're interested, triple.e.edc@gmail.com, triple.e.edc@gmail.com. One thing to note on here, it's in very good condition, probably 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. The only thing I'd say on here is the pocket clip and I've had a couple Slim Midis now, and they seem to all have this issue, but it's not completely down. Medford said he can fix it, but they seem to all come this way, but at least the ones I've had. So just something to be aware of if you do go ahead and go after it, but otherwise this is in great condition, and whoever owns this is going to be very happy with it. All right, next up is the AD-20, the Demco AD-20. This is a DLC version. Now, these are sold out pretty much everywhere, right? So these are very hard to get, and you know, a lot of times they're marked up. These are $425 new. I've seen them go as high as $650 for the G10 versions online. This was my knife of the year. So why am I selling this? If I love it so much, I've got the titanium version in 3V, and I absolutely love it, and I just don't need two. But I did get one because I just wanted to try out the DLC version. And the DLC version is very cool. It's like a stonewash DLC. It's almost like what Endura does on their stonewash DLC, where it's sort of this beaten up DLC where it's not like a full black coating. Like this was what I would consider to be a normal DLC, but you see how this has like a shine to it? Very cool effect, right? So like this quite a bit, and you know, I'm sorry to see it go, but again, I have the full-time version in 3V. I just don't need the G10 version in 20. This is 20 CV, by the way, 20 CV DLC. Just a great knife, and this is in great condition. I would say 9 out of 10 condition as well. And this is going to be, I'm gonna list this at 500. I know, like I said, I've seen them as high as 650. I don't want to, you know, be taken, you know, too much, especially since I'm using the money toward giveaways and stuff. So I'm not going to sell exactly at table price, but 500 for this, and I think that's fair given the current market. So again, all the knives are negotiable in any event, and shoot me a best offer if you don't like it. Otherwise, you know, go ahead and first come, first serve to claim everything gets it. Okay. I think that wraps up the sale. Let me go ahead and put the knives back out here. We've got a lot of very good knives. We've got the AD-20, the Inkosi, the Exskelibur 1 Titan, the off-grid knives Scorpion, the Medford Slim Midi, and the Spartan Talos. We've got the PM2 Scales and the Kershaw Blur in M4. So very, very cool set of knives, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Go ahead and hit me up again, triple.e.edc@gmail.com, and let me know if you're interested in any of these. Thank you.